Going to design an ice cream sign out of metal. I'm going to use this full-size paper diagram to start setting up the sign. Using Logic Trace, and the first thing I'm going to do is select the 4 points, and that'll define my work area. Shown here on the paper diagram, I'm touching the 4 outer corners. Next selection on Logic Trace is to select the circle command. Here you select 3 points on the circle. The program echoes back the diameter, which you can change. I'm going to use the arc command here and start tracing out some of the internal parts. As far as the fonts go, it'll be easier just to generate the fonts using the computer. The ice cream graphic here is about 7 inches high, and it's got a lot of double lines. It might be difficult to trace. I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes and see how it looks. It probably would have been a better idea to print out that ice cream about 12 inches high. Here I'll start tracing out some of the internal parts using the trace command. It's a bit difficult because the lines are about an 1/8 inch apart, and some of them as close as 1/16. It turned out pretty good, so I'm going to save this file as the first copy of the DXF. I thought I would try just tracing out just the ice cream cone by itself, which might be a little easier to trace full size. I did that by defining the 4 corners in Logic Trace just around the ice cream, which would make it a lot bigger. So instead of seeing the whole sign on Logic Trace, all we're seeing now is just the ice cream area, which would be a lot more detailed and a lot easier to control the lines. This will give me a choice to use the small ice cream or use this larger copy. I'll end up just cut and pasting them right into those circles. Now that I have all the files I created, I'll start putting everything together. The circle, the fonts, and the ice cream cone in the center. Once I get everything lined up and it looks good, I'll save it as a final DXF file for the plasma. Here I've loaded the final file into the Plasma software and we'll start the cut. The cut went smooth and it's looking good. This is about a 32-inch diameter sign. After it was cut, there was a bit of cleanup on the backside, a bit of grinding, a bit of sanding, but it came out well. This is what the sign looked like after it was completed. This is just in the raw format, not painted.